Hey, 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 good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. So good to have you. So good to see you. Hey, hey, hey. So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. How are you doing? Please give the live a thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Say hello so I can know who it is. How are you doing? You're not saying anything. Hello. Give the live a thumbs up. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. Hey, good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Say something. Let's talk. So today I'm gonna do the session Where in the Caribbean. So we are gonna talk about Caribbean places and all that. We're gonna talk about things that pertains to where they are, their location. We're gonna talk about things that pertain to their socialness as an island. We're going to talk about um, their history. We're going to talk about their food. We're going to talk about their flags. There's so many things that we're going to talk about. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm just sharing out the live and then I'm going to begin. once we have some more persons here with us. Hey, hey, hey! How are you doing? Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here. And where are you looking at us from? Oh, well, me. Where are you looking at me from? Let me know. So I'm just waiting for a few more persons to join the live, and then I'm gonna begin. We're in the Caribbean, and today we are just going to be doing a question and answer session. So it's just gonna be like a pop quiz basically on the Caribbean, and there are things that we can discuss that has to do with the Caribbean. There's so many persons out there who would like to one day visit the Caribbean. There's so many persons out there who have been to the Caribbean, and even though you have been to the Caribbean, you have not had the opportunity to explore like so many things that you would have loved to explore in the Caribbean. So nothing is wrong with us just talking about them and just getting to know where we can find what. So if ever you would love to travel to a place that has such things, then you know where in the Caribbean you can travel. So definitely that's what we're gonna do today. So please give the live a thumbs up if you haven't done so. I would appreciate you giving the live a thumbs up. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm just waiting for a few more persons to join the live, then I'm gonna begin. So hey, hey, hey. Thank you so much for joining the live. So good to see you. Please give the live a thumbs up if you haven't done so. I would definitely appreciate the thumbs up. Give the live a thumbs up if you haven't done so. I would definitely appreciate the thumbs up. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you so much for joining the live. So good to have you. Please give the live a thumbs up. I would appreciate if you give the live a thumbs up. Thank you. Where are you watching from? So let me know where you're watching from. So good to have you on this We're in the Caribbean Part 1 series. So good to have you. And here we are going to talk about the Caribbean. We're going to talk about, the different islands. And it's going to be like in the form of a pop quiz. So how well do you know the Caribbean? How well do you know the Caribbean? And this is the Part 1. Part 1, Part 1. How well do you know the Caribbean? Hey, hey, Zaya. How are you doing? What's up, Zaya? How is everything, Zaya? What's up? What's up? Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good. That's good to know, Zaya. Zaya, please give the live a thumbs up and thank you so much for being here. Your teacher, I am not so sure if she's going to be on today. You would have to make sure that you put on her bell so that you can always be notified when she's going to be on. I am not so sure she's going to be on today, Zaya. I'm not too sure. Just maybe not. Good to hear that you're doing good, Zaya. Good to hear that you're doing so good. So yes, Zaya, today I'm gonna do a Caribbean session. So this Caribbean session is gonna be all about the different Caribbean countries, and we're gonna talk about important things about these Caribbean countries. We're gonna talk about like their food. We're gonna talk about their flags. We're gonna talk about their national symbols, which all that would come under. We're going to talk about their locations. We're going to talk about leaders. We're going to talk about their icons. So many things we're going to talk about these different Caribbean countries. So I'm glad that you're here for this session. Zaya, where are you from again? From Jamaica? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know where you're from again, Zaya. Are you from Jamaica? Let me know, Zale. Okay, because I know something was wrong with my computer. The light was down. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry for the dim light. Hello, Mirad. How are you doing? So good to have you, Mirad. Please, Mirad, give the live a thumbs up. So good to have you in here. And today, Mirad, we are going to talk all about the Caribbean and the things that you would learn that you never knew about the Caribbean before. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The Caribbean, the Caribbean. We're going to talk about, you know, the icons of the Caribbean. We're going to talk about where they're from. We're going to talk about the food. We're going to talk about the national symbols. How can you recognize different Caribbean countries? We're going to talk about their location. We're going to talk about their leaders. And we're going to talk about like places within these Caribbean countries. So thank you so much for being here, Mira. It's so good to see you. And I know that you're from Africa, Mirad. Yeah, you're from Africa. So it will be good for you to learn about the Caribbean because, I mean, Africa is like right here. This is Africa, and we are right over here. So we are right over here from Africa. Yep. And that's a long way we are from Africa. So it will be so good for you to know a lot of things about the Caribbean. Is the Caribbean a place that you would love to visit one day, Mirad? Would you love to visit the Caribbean one day? And if so, which Caribbean island would be your choice? I'm sure that you have seen certain things about Caribbean islands before. If you were to visit, let's say that someone give you a trip to the Caribbean, which island would you visit right away? So which island would be your first choice? Let's say someone is gonna give you a trip to the Caribbean. Which island would be your first choice? Which island would you choose first? Oh, where am I? I'm in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So if you were given a trip to St. Vincent, well, not to St. Vincent, to the Caribbean, which island would you choose first? I'm sure that you have heard about different Caribbean islands before. There are so many. You have so many Caribbean islands. You have Anguilla, you have St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have St. Kitts and Nevis, you have Cuba, you have Haiti, you have Bahamas, you have Antigua and Barbuda, you have Guadeloupe, you have St. Lucia, you have Dominica, you have Grenada, you have Trinidad and Tobago, you have Guyana, you have the Cayman Islands, you have so many Caribbean islands that you can choose from. You have Turks and Caicos, all those are Caribbean islands. So if you were given a trip, which one would be your preferred place to go? Which one would be your preferred place to go? Maybe you have heard persons talk about it before, so because of that, like you just developed an interest towards that island. Which island would you prefer to visit? Okay, so you prefer to visit the Caribbean. Good, very good. But where in the Caribbean? So the Caribbean is like a big place. It's not just a small place. It's a big place that's made up of lots of islands. You have small ones, very, very small, tiny islands. You have those that life does not even exist on, as in people are living on. You have those. You also have those where people are living. So, which island would you love to visit if you were given a trip to the Caribbean? And yeah, it's all, it's not going to cost you anything at all. Which island would you love to visit? So, let's put it in context. The Caribbean, you can say it's like the United States of America in terms of if we want to say, so we're just putting it in context in that term that there are so many different islands. So when we talk about the Caribbean is made up of lots of different islands. It's just like the United States, that's made up of so many different states. And each state is more or less able like to make their own decisions, their own rules, and you know that kind of thing. So it's the same thing with the Caribbean. So but for us, our islands, they work independently by themselves, even though some of them work together because of different organizations that they are a part of. They work independently in terms of the actual operating of their own island. So, with that being said, obviously they are all different in their own way. So when you say you're going to the Caribbean, you don't just think about any one island. You think about all the different islands that you can go to, right? So there are so many different islands that you can visit. All of them, they have different governments. So their government is not the same. You would find a lot of things about them would be the same. They have similar things about them because of the fact that they are Caribbean. So basically, they would have like some of the same rules. They would have some of the same. Hey Serena, they would have some of the same. The same. They would be governed by some of the same organizations and all that. So the Caribbean is not just one place, many islands. Okay, so guys, thank you guys so much for joining, Serena, and thank you so much for joining at home with Miss Jones. Please give the live a thumbs up. I would appreciate very much, guys, if you give the live a thumbs up. If you can share it with anyone, please do share it, because we are going to be talking about we're in the Caribbean, and we're going to be talking about different things about these Caribbean places. So obviously we're going to be talking about their icons, we're going to be talking about their national symbols, we're going to be talking about their food, their location, we're going to talk about their leaders, we're going to be talking about different places, different landmarks that you can find in these Caribbean islands. So if you're not from the Caribbean, then if you're thinking about the Caribbean, you can think of the Caribbean just like you would think of a place like the United States of America, in terms of like so many different states. For us, it's so many different islands. Okay? The thing is with our islands, we remember they are islands. So because they are islands, we have the water body surround them. So you know, an island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water. So these islands, they are all surrounded by water bodies. Some of them not in their entirety, but most of them in their entirety. So obviously, you know, we would need different mode of transportation to access some of these islands. So we travel by plane, we travel by boat to go to and from different islands here in the Caribbean. All right. Yes, we do. So I'm gonna start my questioning. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys, and hope that if you don't know the answers, what you can do, you can Google. That would be nice. You can Google. So it's a way of you inquiring to find out. If you are using Google, you're just simply inquiring to find out the answer. You know, nothing is wrong with that, because all of us, we don't know everything. Even though I live in the Caribbean, there's so many things I don't know about the other islands. And even though I live in one specific island, There are so many things I still don't know about my own island. And that's not a joke, guys. It's just like you may live in a place, but there are many things that you still don't know about that place. You still have to explore, you still have to discover, you still have to inquire and all that. So yeah, if you don't know, just Google that. Shall be fine. So I had already put this on a PowerPoint presentation, but I am not using the slides today, so you guys just gonna have to listen to me and answer the questions. That would be nice. Okay, so let's go. So you know that for the season, people, we have not been traveling because of the fact that we have the pandemic and we don't want to be doing unnecessary traveling. And this is just a way that we can travel to different places. So when the time actually comes for us to do the traveling, we would obviously be open to explore some of these places, to discover their uniqueness and all that. So please follow along and see what's up with some of these places so your interest can start heighten. And as you heighten your interest to visit some of these places, that hopefully they will become a reality that you will be able to visit them and enjoy all that is there to be enjoyed. Traveling for me is a thing that I love to do. I love to visit other islands. I love to visit other places. I love to learn new things about them. One of the things that I love a lot is to explore other cuisine, but currently I cannot do that as I would love to because of the fact that I do not eat like I used to. So it's hard for me to actually explore a lot of their cuisine unless their cuisine has a lot to do with whole food or ground food. But in the Caribbean, that's something that you can get almost, well, not almost, everywhere in the Caribbean. You should be able to get ground food, guys. So that's something that you can get from all the different Caribbean islands. And for me, that's something that I love to explore. Some of the meats, yeah, I like to taste their meats. Like I remember when I was in Guyana some years ago, you know, we used to always look to get the wild meats. Guyana has so many different wild meats that you can eat and things that I have never heard about before. But when I visit there, I was exposed to them. And trust me, a lot of them, they were very, very tasty. So let's go, guys. So my first place that we are gonna think about, and this is gonna be a very, very easy one, guys. Very easy, very easy. Where in the Caribbean can we find Cool Runnings Water Park? So where in the Caribbean can we find Cool Runnings Water Park? And I know for you parents, you would enjoy going to these type of places like water parks. You would enjoy taking your kids there. This would be like a whole vacation for you and your kids. So where in the Caribbean can you find Cool Runnings Water Park? And the clue that I'm gonna give is that in this particular island, they talk a lot about cool runnings. And if you are familiar with that slang, cool runnings, then you should know exactly where you would find that water park. Where in the Caribbean would you find a cool runnings water park? Come on, guys, let me see your answer. Remember, I just listed out a lot of Caribbean islands for you guys. Where in the Caribbean would you find the Cool Runnings Water Park? And trust me, the Cool Runnings Water Park looks so exciting. I think that's a place that you would like to go. I would love to visit it. I went to that place before, but I never visited the Cool Runnings Water Park. And I would love to visit it. Yes, Mirad, it's so nice to meet you too. So nice to meet you. Remember, I say you guys can Google, you know, so. Where in the Caribbean can you find the Cool Runnings Water Park? And I'm giving you guys a minute to answer questions. So once the minute is up, I'm gonna just stop, okay? So I haven't seen any answer yet. So the Cool Runnings Water Park is found in that cool place called Jamaica. 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 So Cool Runnings Water Park is found in Jamaica. Who would love to visit Jamaica? Who would love to visit Jamaica? I have been to Jamaica before, and Jamaica is such a beautiful place. Honestly, you would enjoy Jamaica. And I'm so sorry that I don't have my Jamaican friend here with me today. Hello, the districts that hey. Oh, you would love to visit Jamaica. That's good. That's good. Jamaica is a wonderful place. Honestly, it's so nice. Okay. So the next question is, where in the Caribbean can you find cash trees? And cash trees, that's a tongue. It's a capital of one of the Caribbean islands. In which Caribbean island can you find the capital being Castries? So which Caribbean island capital is called Castries? Which Caribbean island, its capital is called Castries? Come on, guys. Which Caribbean island capital is called Castries? So let's see. I'll give you some names to make it easy. So Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada. Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada. Which one of the Caribbean islands, its capital is called Castries? Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada. Which Caribbean island capital is called Castries? So its capital is called Castries. Castries is the capital. Which Caribbean island capital is called Castries? Castries. Come on, guys. I'm not seeing your answers. Which Caribbean island capital is called Castries? Which Caribbean island, its capital is called Castries? Okay, so it seems as though time is up, guys. I'm not seeing your answers. So the Caribbean island that has the capital called Castries is St. Lucia. So in St. Lucia, if you have heard of St. Lucia before, if you go to St. Lucia, you would visit their capital, and when you visit their capital, you would be in Castries. So Castries is the capital of St. Lucia. Okay, so I need you guys to tell me where in the Caribbean you can find a pitch lake. Where in the Caribbean you can find a pitch lake? So I'll give you some countries, some of the Caribbean countries. Well, islands, not countries, islands. But, you know, we call ourselves countries. Yeah. So where in the Caribbean can you find a pitch lake? So I'll give you some islands. Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica. Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica. Which island would you find a pitch lake? Which island would you find a pitch lake? In which island would you find a pitch lake? Let me know. Which Caribbean island would you find a pitch lake? Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, or Jamaica? Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Jamaica. Which Caribbean island would you find a pitch lake? Pitch lake. So I don't know if you guys have heard about the Caribbean having a pitch lake before. Buzz, on which island would you find a pitch lake? So if you go to a certain Caribbean island, you're going to find a pitch lake. Which island would you find a pitch lake on? Come on, Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago. Which one? Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago. Which one would you find a pitch lake? Pitch lake. Okay, guys, time is up. So you would find a pitch lake in Trinidad. That's where you're going to find a pitch lake. A pitch lake, you can find a pitch lake in Trinidad. So if you're looking for the pitch lake in the Caribbean, you're going to find it in Trinidad. So if that's a place that you would love to visit, then you need to come and go to Trinidad. Yes, you need to go to Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, so which island can you find one of the, well, I should not say one of the, which island would you find the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere? So this island has the oldest botanic garden in the Western Hemisphere. Is it St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Grenada? St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Grenada? So we are looking now for the oldest botanical gardens in the Western Hemisphere. St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Grenada? Where can we find the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere? Where would we find that oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere? St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Grenada, which one? I'm not seeing your answers, guys. Come on, where would we find the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere? St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Grenada. Where would you find the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere? Okay, so guys, your time is up. Your time is up. So the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere, we can find that in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that's where we can find the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere. So if you want to see that botanical garden with maybe over 500 or so plant species, I think you guys can come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that's my homeland. So you guys can come right here and see that old botanical garden. Trust me, it doesn't look old at all. It does not look old at all. Okay, so let's see. Where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's Cave? So where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's Cave? So if you want to visit the Harrison's Cave, where in the Caribbean would you have to go to find Harrison's Cave? And inside of a cave, they have like, oh, Mirad, you're in Kenya. Okay, remember I said that you can Google it too if you want to. No problem. So where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's Cave? Harrison's Cave. So there's a cave in the Caribbean called the Harrison's Cave. It's an underground cave, and you can actually drive through the cave. Well, not drive. I should not say drive. There's a I can't remember what you call that thing. But anyway, you can go through the cave. It's more like a kind of like an underground trainish thing. Like it's not really a train, but something that you sit on and it takes you through the cave. Sorry for that explanation, but that's what it is. Vehicles cannot go under the cave, right? Because they have like those things like stalactites and those things in the cave. So where would you find Harrison's cave? Hey, Anthony Sparrow Fishing Jar. Thank you so much for being here. So Anthony Sparrow Fishing Jar, where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's cave? Tell us where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's cave? So let's say you leave your homeland. I know that you're from Jamaica. Where in the Caribbean would you find Harrison's cave? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Thank you for asking. So where in the Caribbean can you find Harrison's cave? Harrison's cave. It's a very popular Caribbean island. So let me give you some to choose from. Let's try Antigua, Barbados, and Dominica. Antigua, Barbados, Dominica. Which one would you find Harrison's cave in? Antigua, Barbados, and Dominica. Where would you not most likely, where would you find Harrison's cave? Please, Anthony, give the live a thumbs up. I would appreciate. Thank you. Where would you find Harrison's cave? In which Caribbean island? Is it Antigua, Dominica, or Barbados? Okay, guys, time's up. So you would find the Harrison's cave in Barbados. That's where we're going to find Harrison's cave. So let me see those who have been to Barbados before. Have you been to Barbados before? So if you haven't visited Harrison's cave, then I think that's a place that you should go and visit next time you go there. Harrison's cave. Okay, so the next question. Where in the Caribbean can you find the city or the capital of Basseterre? Where in the Caribbean can you find the capital of Basseterre? Or some people say Basseterre. Basseterre. Yeah, guys. So where in the Caribbean would you find the capital of Basseterre or Basseterre? Whichever you pronounce it as. It has a correct pronunciation, guys, but if it's Basseterre, you say, or Basseterre, same thing I'm talking about. So where in the Caribbean would you find that city or that capital? In which Caribbean island would you find the capital or the city being called Basseterre or Basseterre? So I'm going to give you some to choose from. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia. Where in the Caribbean can you find the capital being called Basseterre or Basseterre? So those are the two pronunciations people use. Some people say Basseterre, some people say Basseterre. Where in the Caribbean can you find that capital? Is it St. Lucia? Is it St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Or is it St. Kitts and Nevis? Come on, guys, I'm not seeing your answers. Where in the Caribbean can you find Havana? Mirad, Havana itself is a capital. It is a capital. It's a city. Do you know what city in the Caribbean you can find Havana? Mirad, which city in the Caribbean can you, which capital, sorry, which country in the Caribbean can you find Havana? Havana is a city or capital. Where or which island would you find it on? Which country? Which country would you find Havana, Mirad? Let me see how well you know you. Very good. Yes, very good. That's Cuba. Good job. Wow. So that means that you know, at least you know one of them. Would you love to visit Cuba? Is Cuba a place that you would love to visit? I would love to visit Cuba one day. I would really love to visit Cuba. I have never been to Cuba, but my sister, she went to Cuba. She went to Cuba before. And I've heard so much good things about Cuba. So it's a place that I would definitely love to visit. And you know, there's a song on the capital. Yeah, so I would definitely love to visit. So guys, let me give you the answer. St. Kitts and Nevis, their capital is called Bastier, Bassetier, whichever your pronunciation is, that's their capital. St. Kitts and Nevis. So the island is St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, so which Caribbean island would people most likely say is known for it's the land of steel pan and calypso? Which Caribbean island would people most likely say is the land of steel pan and calypso? So when you hear people talk about steel pan, the music instrument steel pan, and calypso, which island would they first refer to? Which island would they call the land of steel pan and calypso? Come on, guys. Is it Jamaica, Trinidad, or Guyana? Jamaica, Trinidad, or Guyana? Land of steel pan and calypso. Jamaica, Trinidad, or Guyana? Which one would people most likely say is called the land of steel pan and calypso? Jamaica, Trinidad, or Guyana? Very good, Mirad. Very good. Awesome. Trinidad, it is, Mirad. Trinidad. So Trinidad is a place where you have so many steel pan pan. It is the place where steel pan as in the Caribbean originated and so on. So it is one of the places in the Caribbean where you can find lots of steel pan and you can find calypso. So that's a normal part of their livelihood. Other Caribbean islands have the same thing too, because other Caribbeans would have feed into that same culture where they have steel pan and calypso, but Trinidad is the place where it all began. So yes, guys. Next, which Caribbean island, the flag of this Caribbean island has a yellow sun. So the flag has a yellow sun, and then it has a white horizon, and like it has blue, and the blue is for the sea water, and then it has two red triangles. And these triangles, they are right angles. So they are right angles, like they form an L. Yeah, they're right angles. So which Caribbean island has that? There's a Caribbean island, the flag has a sun. So you're going to see the yellow sun at the top. Yeah, and then you're going to see the horizon. So you're going to see some black. You're going to see a little bit of black. Then you're going to see, you're going to see some black. You're going to see blue. You're going to see white. the horizon white, the blue for the water, and then you're gonna see the right angle triangles, yeah, on the side, and it looks more like an envelope. So the flag looks, it looks a lot like an envelope. Which Caribbean island would you find that flag? So the flag has a sun. There's a sun at the top, in the middle. And then you have like the horizon, some lines going across. And these lines are different colors. You have one being blue, one being white. I think there's a black one too. And then you have the two right angles, triangles at the side. That makes it look more like an envelope. So which Caribbean island would you find that flag? Is it Grenada? Is it Anguilla? Or is it Antigua and Barbuda? Is it Grenada, Anguilla, or Antigua and Barbuda? Which Caribbean island has that flag that has a sun at the top in the middle right there? Then the two sides are red. They have right angle triangle, and then yeah, the right angle triangle, they look a lot like. So I don't know if I should draw it. So let me try to draw it. I think if I draw it, you guys may get it right. Is it Antigua, Angola, Angola? Oh, you're saying Anguilla, Anguilla, Anguilla. Okay. Yes, definitely it is Anguilla. It is Anguilla. Sorry. No, it's not Anguilla. Sorry. No, it's not Anguilla. It's not Anguilla. So is it Anguilla, is it Antigua, Barbuda, or is it Barbados? Which one has that flag? So which one has the flag? Which one has the flag that has the sun on it? And the two. So I'm going to draw it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it looks like an envelope. Okay. Okay, so this is something like this it looks. So these are red. These two parts are red. Then right here you have the white. Then here you have the blue like the sea. Then you have the sun. And then up here you have the black. So which Caribbean island has that? So this, guys, is not drawn to scale, and this does not even look very close to that flag, but it looks something like this. Which Caribbean island has a flag that type of kind of resembles this? Yeah. So is it Anguilla? Is it Antigua and Barbuda? Is it Barbados? Okay, guys, so I'm gonna give you the answer. So it is Antigua and Barbuda. So Antigua and Barbuda has that flag, okay? And I can show you the flag. So let me get my phone to show you the flag. Let me see if I can pull it up so I can show you their flag, what it looks like. So if you guys are planning to go to Antigua and Barbuda, okay, so this is the flag, guys. This is it right here. That's how it looks. That's the Antigua and Barbuda flag. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so that's Antigua and Barbuda flag. Okay, so the next one. Oh, you love the flag. Yeah, it is beautiful. I love it. Yeah, it is really cool. How many seasons are there in the Caribbean? How many seasons are there in the Caribbean? How many seasons do we have in the Caribbean? Let me see. And if you know how many seasons we have in the Caribbean, I want you guys to tell me. Name the seasons. I want you guys to name the seasons that we have in the Caribbean. You have how many seasons do we have in the Caribbean? Write it in words, please. Don't write the number. So if you're saying 5, write Five. So you write it in words. So how many seasons do we have in the Caribbean, guys? How many seasons do we have in the Caribbean? Let me know how many seasons we have in the Caribbean. How many seasons? So if you know how many seasons we have in the Caribbean, let me know. Ah, very good, Miran. Very good. Yes, we have only 2 seasons in the Caribbean. And what are the seasons that we have? What are the seasons that we have in the Caribbean, Miran? What are those seasons? So we have 2 seasons in the Caribbean. What are they? What are those seasons that we have in the Caribbean? 2. What are they? What are those 2 seasons that we have in the Caribbean? Okay, so one of the seasons we have in the Caribbean, we have summer and autumn. Okay, summer and autumn. Okay, I understand you, Miran. Summer and autumn. So in the Caribbean, we would say that we have the wet and we have the dry season. So that's how we would term it. We'll term it as the wet and the dry. So the dry season would be like from the end of November up until June. That's our dry season. And then from June, we're going to have the wet season, which would normally be like the hurricane season. So the wet season, which would normally be like the hurricane season, we're going to have that from June to November. Okay? So that's our 2 seasons. Okay. Next up. Where in the Caribbean would you eat? Where in the Caribbean would you eat ackee and saltfish as your main dish? So there's a Caribbean island whose main dish is ackee and saltfish. Where in the Caribbean? Where in the Caribbean would they give you ackee and saltfish to eat? And they would say to you that this is our national dish. Where in the Caribbean would they give you ackee and saltfish to eat? And that's their national dish. Ackee and saltfish. Where in the Caribbean would you eat ackee and saltfish as the national dish? Is it Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana? Where in the Caribbean? Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, ackee and saltfish. So in this Caribbean island, they eat ackee and saltfish, and that's their main dish. Where in the Caribbean do you have that? That's their main food. Where in the Caribbean would you have ackee and saltfish? as their main food? Does it sound, oh, um you don't believe it, Mirad, that in the Caribbean there's an island where their main dish is ackee and saltfish? So Jamaica, in Jamaica, ackee and saltfish is their main dish. So they eat ackee and saltfish as their main dish. So this would be one of their national symbols, the ackee and saltfish. So when you go to Jamaica, that's one thing you should make sure that you get to eat, that you at least get a piece of that main food, ackee and saltfish, because that is a big part of their cuisine. So make sure that you get that. Okay, next, where in the Caribbean would you eat? So in Ireland, pepper pot is their main dish. That's where they have like a lot of meat, and they have like, the pot is well seasoned with lots of pepper and so on inside of the pot. So where in the Caribbean, pot, their main dish, pepper pot. Where in the Caribbean can you find their main dish? Pepper pot. So on this particular Caribbean island, you can find pepper pot. And there's more than one of them that has pepper pot as their main dish. So in which Caribbean island would pepper pot be their main dish? Come on, guys. Okay. So in the Caribbean, pepper pot would be the main dish in Guyana. So in Guyana, there are so much meat. They would put all these meat together with lots of pepper. Yes, guys, and the pot is well seasoned, and that's what they call pepper pot. Okay, and that's their main food to eat. That's their main dish. That's their one of their national symbols. So Guyana, one of their national food is pepper pot. Also Antigua, we spoke about Antigua earlier. Antigua is also one of the Caribbean islands also, whose national dish is pepper pot, right? They do their pepper pot with something called fungi. So Antigua, they would mix their pepper pot would go with what we call fungi. Yep, fungi. And I think there's another Caribbean island whose national dish is also pepper pot. I think there's another one whose dish is pepper pot. Okay, let's see what's next. So I'm gonna give you an easy one. Which Caribbean island would you eat cuckoo and flying fish? Which Caribbean island would you eat cuckoo and flying fish? And this is their national dish. So you would eat lots of flying fish there. You would eat cuckoo. And you guys know what cuckoo is? Cuckoo is something that's made from cornmeal. Yeah. So, or from corn, grind corn. Yeah. And that's one of the Caribbean delight. But in this particular country, they use it as their national dish. And they serve it with flying fish. And it's their national dish. And if you go there, they eat it a lot. You know, like in some of the islands, I don't think they eat their national dish as much. Some islands don't eat their national dish as much, but like say, you know, being served in your house on an everyday basis, or, you know, every other day or once a week kind of thing. Yeah, but in this particular island, they eat their national dish a lot. Like, yeah. So, uh, which island is that they serve flying fish and cuckoo as their national dish? So let me give you choices. Is it Cuba? Is it Barbados? Is it Cuba, Barbados, or Grenada? Cuba, Barbados, or Grenada? They serve cuckoo and flying fish as their national dish. Which island is this, guys? That they serve cuckoo. Yeah, they serve cuckoo made from corn. And they also serve flying fish with it. And that's their national dish. Grenada. So Mirad is saying Grenada. I'm so sorry, Mirad. It is not Grenada. It is in Barbados. So in Barbados, they serve cuckoo and flying fish as their national dish. Yep, they serve cuckoo and flying fish as their national dish in Barbados. Okay, so in which island would I find the national bird being a hummingbird? So which island would I find the national bird being a hummingbird? Thank you guys who have just joined us. Thank you so much for joining. So good to see you. So tell us, in which island would you find the national bird? The national bird is a hummingbird. Thank you, Chris Watson. So good to see you all the way from Jamaica. And there are so many questions that we just asked that pertains to Jamaica. So I would love you to stick around to see if you get a question correct about Jamaica. Okay? So in which Caribbean island can you find the national bird being called a hummingbird? So they use the hummingbird as their national bird. Hummingbird. Which Caribbean island? Let me give you choices. Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, and Jamaica. Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica. Which land national bird? Which land's national bird is a hummingbird? Antigua, Jamaica, or Trinidad and Tobago? Mirat, I'm so sorry. No, it's not Antigua. It's not Antigua. National bird is a hummingbird. Jamaica. Jamaica's national bird is a hummingbird. I've never heard that before. I'm not so sure what Jamaica's national bird is. I'm not too sure what their national bird is. But I don't think their national bird is a hummingbird. So the national bird is a hummingbird is Trinidad and Tobago. So in Trinidad and Tobago, sorry, not Trinidad. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Seems as though I'm mixing up some information here. Hold on. It can't be Trinidad and Tobago, guys. Sorry. I think I mixed it up. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, yes, it is Jamaica. Yes, it is Jamaica. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So sorry about that. Yes, it's Jamaica. The doctor bird, or the swallowtail bird, or the hummingbird. Yes, it's Jamaica. Yes, Chris. Yes. And you were so adamant that yes, it is Jamaica, and that's good. That's when you know all about your country. That's good. That's so good. That's so, so good. So, what is the national bird of what is the national bird of Trinidad and Tobago then? What's their national bird? So hummingbird is Jamaica. What is Trinidad's national bird? Trinidad's national bird. What is Trinidad's national bird? What is Trinidad national bird, guys? What is Trinidad's national bird? I think Trinidad's national bird too, you know. I'm wondering because they are known as the land of hummingbirds. Trinidad is known as the land of hummingbirds. They're known as the land of hummingbirds. I know in Trinidad they talk a lot about the scarlet ibis too. So I'm wondering, I'm thinking. That's where I was confusing Jamaica and Trinidad. That's where I was confusing Jamaica and Trinidad. I think Trinidad national bird. I can't remember if it, but I think it is the I think Trinidad national bird is a hummingbird too. If it's not the hummingbird, then it is the scarlet ibis. That one I would have to check it and verify exactly which one it is. I think Trinidad national bird too is. I'm wondering if it's a hummingbird. If it's not the hummingbird, then it is the scarlet ibis. Scarlet ibis, scarlet ibis. Let me spell it for you. I think the Trinidad national bird is the scarlet ibis, but I know that they are called land of hummingbirds. These are things we used to have to learn early in school, like at grade 6, 5, and 6. We had to know these things because when we were tested in our common entrance exams, we had to know all these things for our common entrance exam when we used to do common entrance. So that's the spelling for scarlet ibis. I think it is a scarlet ibis. I think it is a scarlet ibis is their national bird, Trinidad and Tobago. But they are known as the land of hummingbirds. I think that's what was that's the part that was getting me mixed up with Jamaica, right? I think their national bird is the scarlet. Trinidad's national bird, I think it's the scarlet ibis. I will verify that, guys. But they are known as the land of hummingbirds. Trinidad is known as the land of hummingbirds. Okay. So let's do another question now. So where in the Caribbean can I find blue mountains? Where in the Caribbean can I find blue mountains? Where in the Caribbean can I find blue mountains? Tell me where in the Caribbean I can find blue mountains. Yes. Let me check it. Yes, the scarlet ibis is the Trinidad's national bird, I think. I think that's what it is. But they are known as the land of hummingbirds. They are known as the land of hummingbirds. Where can I find the blue mountains? Oh, wow. Chris, you know your place. You know your place really good. Yes. So in Jamaica, we can find blue mountains. And blue mountains is where they have the like do they plant coffee at blue mountains? Tell me if I have that right. Do they plant like coffee and so on at blue mountains? I don't know. I'm not sure. Right. Yeah. So I got that right. So Blue Mountain, yeah, the best coffee. Yes. So guys, if you want the best coffee, you need to go to Jamaica where you can find the Blue Mountains. So we can definitely find Blue Mountains in Jamaica. And how high is the Blue Mountain? How high is Blue Mountains, Chris? How high is Blue Mountains? These are things that you guys would learn in your social studies at school. How high is Blue Mountains? Is it like really, really high? Like about how much feet? How much feet is Blue Mountains? Okay, so Chris, this one is for you. I'm gonna give you this question for you, right? Just like Trinidad is known as the land of hummingbird, the land of steel pan and calypso. Jamaica, on the other hand, is known as the land of what? What is Jamaica known as? The land of what? Tell us, the land of what? Jamaica is known as the land of what? Trinidad is known as the land of steel pan and calypso, known as the land of hummingbirds. What is Jamaica known as? Very good, yes, wood and water. And what kind of music you guys are known as? What kind of music you guys are known as? Oh, it's 2,256 meters. Wow. That's still high. That's still high. So, wood and water, okay. Yes, wood and water, and there's something else. You get, yeah, reggae and dancehall. Very good, reggae and dancehall, very much so. Mirad is saying Michael Jackson. Mirad, Michael Jackson is not from Jamaica. I can't recall ever hearing Michael Jackson is from Jamaica. You would find lots of stars in Jamaica. You would find Beanie Man, you would find Chronix, you would find Agent Sasco, you would find Bob Marley Sons, you may find, who else? Itania is a Jamaican music singer. There's so many Jamaican singers, and so many of them have made it big, like on the international market. So you have Popcorn, you have a lot of the latest singers that people listen to are from Jamaica, like Vibes Cartel and all those. They are Jamaicans. So you have a lot of Jamaican artists. Definitely. Okay, so Spice Coffee, right? Spice is also from Jamaica. Bounty Killer, yeah, those people. All those people are from Jamaica, yes. So true, so true. Conscience, yeah. Oh, so Mirad, you know something. Wow, nice. Mirad knows that Conscience is from Jamaica. Good job. Right. Mirad is from Africa. So Mirad is just learning about the Caribbean, okay? Mirad is just learning about the Caribbean. He is just learning about the Caribbean. Okay. So where in the Caribbean, guys? Where in the Caribbean? Where in the Caribbean can we find, where in the Caribbean would we hear the quote, out of many came one, out of one came many people. Out of one came many people. Where in the Caribbean would we hear that quote? Out of many, you have one people. Where in the Caribbean would you hear a quote that is very similar to that? Out of many, we have one people. Where in the Caribbean would you hear that? Yes, Chris. Chris, you know a lot about your country. That's good. That's good. Yes, you'd hear that from Jamaica. Good job. Very good. Yes, that's so good. Okay. So you guys are going to tell me now, where can we find the longest floating bridge in the Caribbean? Where can we find the longest floating bridge in the Caribbean? Where in the Caribbean are we going to find the longest floating bridge? So this bridge, it floats. Where in the Caribbean are we going to find it? Where in the Caribbean can we find that longest floating bridge? A bridge that floats, and it's somewhere in the Caribbean. Where in the Caribbean can we find the longest floating bridge? Where in the Caribbean would we find the longest floating bridge? Come on, guys, make a guess. Is it Trinidad? Is it Guyana? Is it Antigua and Barbuda? Is it St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Is it let's see, St. Kitts and Nevis? Is it Anguilla? Is it Jamaica? Where would we find the floating bridge? The bridge floats. Where would we find that bridge? The bridge that floats. The longest floating bridge in the Caribbean. Where would we find it? Come on, guys. Time's up. So the longest floating bridge, we can find that in Guyana. So the longest floating bridge is found in Guyana. Yep, we find it in Guyana. Yep, and that's the Demerara Harbor Bridge. So we find that bridge in Guyana. So if you guys want to travel on that long floating bridge, you need to go to Guyana. I traveled on it once, and that was a really great experience. You know, it was scary at first, guys, but then I did it. And yes, I did it. I traveled on the longest floating bridge in Guyana. So I did it once. I traveled on the floating bridge. It was a bit scary at first, but after it was cool. So the longest floating bridge, you can find it in Guyana. Okay, which two Caribbean islands? Two Caribbean islands, most of their population made up of Indians and Africans. So, well, Caribbean, I shouldn't say Africans, I should say Afro-Caribbean people. Yeah. Which two Caribbean islands are made up of Indians, mainly Indians, and Afro-Caribbean people? Which two Caribbean islands are made up of Indians and Afro-Caribbean people? Made up mainly of Indians and Afro-Caribbean people. There are two Caribbean islands where you can find a lot of Indians. When you go to those places, you might have like a cultural shock that there are so many Indians. You know, the Indians are just as much as the blacks, or sometimes I think maybe even more than the black in one of them or two of them. I don't know. But which two Caribbean islands, you know, has a lot of Indian, densely populated with Indians and black? We have two Caribbean islands that's densely populated, which means heavily populated with Indians and black. So the ratio of black is nearly nearly or the same amount of Indians. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Yes, very good, Chris Watson. So Chris says Guyana and Trinidad. Definitely, it is Guyana and Trinidad. They are those two Caribbean islands. When you visit them, you have a cultural shock. Like, you know, you're not expecting to, if you don't know about them and you don't expect to see so many Indians there, you can have like a really, really big cultural shock with that. So Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. Yep. Okay, which Caribbean island was, well, Oh, that's a lucky guess. That's a lucky guess. I think you knew. Have you been there before? Have you been to Guyana and Trinidad before? Or at least visited one of them? I visited both of them before. I visited both of them before, and I did have that cultural shock because I visited Guyana in 2005. That's when I visited Guyana, 2005. And when I visited Guyana in 2005, I did not realize that this was the this was actually what it would have been like. Like you're gonna see like as much blacks as you see Indians, you know, because I'm mostly accustomed to seeing more blacks than Indians. So I think that was a big cultural shock for me there. Oh, the cricket players, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you take the cricket players into account, you would definitely know because a lot of our West Indies cricket players, we are going to see Indians, a lot of Indians coming from both Jamaica and from Guyana. That's so true. That's so true. That's so true. So true. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good way of looking at it. Okay. So in which Caribbean island can we find the pitons? So we are looking for the pitons. Which Caribbean island can we find the pitons? In which Caribbean island can we find the pitons? So they even have a product named after the pitons. So there's a product that's named after the pitons. The pitons, they are mountains, two mountains that has like a really, really sharp peak. There's a Caribbean island that has two mountains that have like a really, really sharp peak. The mountains have a sharp, sharp peak. They call them the pitons. Which Caribbean island can we find the pitons? Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis. Where can we find the pitons? So let me see if I can find a picture of the pitons to show you guys. Okay, guys, let me just turn my phone. Oh, you're suggesting it's St. Kitts? No, it's not St. Kitts. It's not St. Kitts. This is what the pitons look like. That's the pitons right there. I do not own the rights to this picture. That's the piton right there. So that picture shows the piton right there. No, it's not. It's not. It's not St. Kitts and Nevis. It is St. Lucia. So in St. Lucia you have the pitons. It's like two mountain peaks. One is very, very high and the next one is, you know, like nearly as close. So it is St. Lucia, St. Lucia, St. Lucia, you have the pitons. And people would go there and climb the pitons and so on. And they even have a product called the piton bear. The piton bear. Yep, the piton bear. Okay, the next question, where in the Caribbean can we find 365 beaches per year? 365 beaches per year. So they have a beach that we can go to at least we can go to one of those beaches 1 day per year. So every day we can go to a different beach. Where in the Caribbean can we find 365 beaches per year? Which Caribbean island can we find 365 beaches per year? Let me give you options. St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, or Grenada. Which one can we find 365 beaches per year? So you can go to a different beach each day. Jamaica? No, Jamaica does not have 365 beaches at all. No, Jamaica doesn't have 365 beaches. I think there's another Caribbean island where there's something with 365, you know. But it's not beaches. It's 365 something else, but not beaches. I think maybe it's rivers. I'm wondering if it's rivers. I can't remember, but there's another Caribbean island where you have 365 something. There's 365 something, but I know for sure. So I know for sure. This Caribbean island, 365 beaches. Antigua, Saint Kitts and Nevis, Grenada. Which one is it? You have 365 beaches. Yeah, you can go to one each day for the whole year. You can go to a different one every day. Which Caribbean island can you find 365 beaches? Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, or St. Kitts and Nevis? Which one has 365 beaches? Grenada. No, it's not Grenada. It is Antigua and Barbuda. So Antigua and Barbuda, you have 365 beaches, one beach per day. For the whole year, you can go to a different beach every day. I am going to research the island that has 365 something else. There's an island that has 365 something else. I think it's 365 rivers. I can't remember. Yeah, and Antigua has really nice beaches because Antigua has like pink sand beaches too. So the sand look a bit like a gem, pinkish. Yeah. For me, my sand color sand in St. Vincent is black. So in St. Vincent, we have black sand beaches, right? On the mainland. There are few brown white sand beach on the mainland, but most of the beaches on the mainland, they are black beaches, black sand. In the Grenadines, you would have the white sand beaches. Yep. So that's what, guys. Okay, so the next question. Let's see. Let's go some other place. Where in the Caribbean can we find the Spice Isle? So which island is called the Spice Isle? So in the Caribbean, you have the Spice Isle. Which island is called the Spice Isle? Spice Isle. Is it St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Is it Guyana? Is it Grenada? Is it Antigua and Barbuda? Spice Isle. St. Kitts. No, St. Kitts is not the Spice Isle. No, St. Kitts is not the Spice Isle. In this island, you can have like a lot of spice, as in spice that people use to cook and to make like beverages and all that, like nutmeg and those kind of things. That's why they're called the Spice Isle. They have a lot of nutmeg for sure. So yeah, is it St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Is it Grenada, Guyana? Is it St. Kitts and Nevis? So it's not St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, guys, so it is Grenada. Yes, very good, Chris. Yes, it is Grenada. Grenada is the Spice Isle. So when you hear about the Spice Isle, nutmeg, and those kind of spices, you gotta check Grenada. So if you guys love using spice, you guys need to go to Grenada for spice. Yep, spice. If you ever hear about Spice Mass would be in Grenada, right? Yep. So Grenada has all that. Okay, let's see. Where in the Caribbean can we find CARICOM headquarters? Where in the Caribbean, and a lot of our Caribbean islands, they belong to CARICOM. Where in the Caribbean can we find the CARICOM headquarters? So let's say that we need something to go to CARICOM, and we have to go to a meeting, a CARICOM meeting or something to do with CARICOM. Where in the Caribbean would we go if we have to go to the headquarters for CARICOM? TNT. No, it's not TNT. It's not Trinidad. It's not Trinidad. CARICOM headquarters is not Trinidad. If we're looking for the CARICOM headquarters, where in the Caribbean would we go to find the CARICOM headquarters? No, we won't go to Trinidad. Trinidad doesn't have the headquarters for CARICOM. Where in the Caribbean would we go to find the CARICOM headquarters? You guys give up? Okay. So if we are looking for the CARICOM headquarters, we would go to Guyana. That's where we'll go to. We'll go to Guyana to find the CARICOM headquarters. So CARICOM headquarters can be found in Guyana. That's where we find their headquarters. Yep. Okay. The next place we are going to, let's see what type of attraction this place has. So we are going to a place. Oh, you start taking notes? That's good. That's good. Yes. We are going to a place where Naomi Campbell is from, and we know that Naomi Campbell is a really one of the world's greatest, like, you know, in terms of modeling. Which place would we go to? Which place would we go to? So if we are going to Naomi Campbell homeland in the Caribbean, where would we go to? Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell. Which place has that great model icon? Naomi Campbell. Which country? You don't know, Chris? Naomi Campbell. I want you to Google that now, Chris. Please Google it. Google Naomi Campbell. I want you to Google that. Google that for me now. You'll be so shocked when you Google it. I want you to Google it. I want you to Google it. You'll be so shocked when you Google it. Yes, it is Jamaica. It is Jamaica. It is definitely Jamaica. It's Jamaica. That's what it is. It's Jamaica. So, it's not necessary that she is from there basically, but I think the roots, I think roots. Yes, it's her roots. Her roots. She has roots in Jamaica. What about that great singer Rihanna? What about that great singer Rihanna? Internationally known Rihanna. Which Caribbean island is Rihanna from? Which Caribbean island is Rihanna from? Oh, you don't follow the Mandarin rule. Okay. But it's great to know who icons came out from your country, you know, because sometimes there are young people that you can be guiding, and you can say to them, okay, you know what, this person has roots here, and it means that we, even though we are from such a place, we can make it also on the international scene. And these are things that sometimes help young people, you know, to become more confident and can really guide them in when they're choosing careers and all that, so that they can know, okay, it's not something that is unrealistic. It's something that I can achieve. So, yep, definitely. Rihanna is from Barbados. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, Chris. You know that one. I think people who don't really know that is right now almost everybody knows that. Know that. Like, I'm not gonna say that, by the way, because there are things that we assume people know and they don't know. But I think that is something that is very heavy in the media, so a lot of people know it. Okay, let me give you guys another one. Which Caribbean country is named after, well, it has a female name. It has a female name. So which Caribbean island has a female name? Yep, a female name or a woman name. Which Caribbean island has a female name or a woman name? Which of the islands? Is it Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, or Grenada? Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, or Grenada? Which one has a female name? Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Grenada? One of them have a female name. There's one with a female name. Which one has the female name? Dominica. No, it's not Dominica. 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 Oh, okay. Well, maybe because if Dominic is a boy, then if you add a Dominica, then you're saying that's a girl, okay? But it's St. Lucia. St. Lucia. St. Lucia is the Caribbean island that's known as Helen of the West. Helen of the West. And because it's named Helen of the West, St. Lucia was colonized by the British and it was colonized by the French. Yeah, it was colonized by British and by the French. And I think I don't want to be wrong, but I think that with what I'm saying, that the French and the British, they had they colonized it, both of them colonized the same amount of times. I think both of them colonized it the same amount of times. Hello, 49 Cent Ridge, Hamilton, good to see you. How are you doing? So, St. Lucia is the Caribbean island that's known as Helen of the West, and it has a woman's name. Definitely. Okay, guys. So, oh, you're doing good. That's good to know that you're doing good. 49 Cent Ridge, Hamilton. Always good to see you here. Always good to see you here. Yes, guys. So there are so many things that you guys have heard about the Caribbean. There are so many things that you guys actually learned about the Caribbean, and there's so many things that you guys still know about the Caribbean. So, yep, that's what it is. Okay, so the next question: name the country that the island that Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed in. Which Caribbean island was Pirates of the Caribbean filmed in? So the major part of it, there was more. Well, the most of it was filmed in one of the Caribbean islands. Which Caribbean island was most of Pirates of the Caribbean film in? Oh, what's that about sporting? Sporting still waiting for his return to the ring. Who is that? Whose return are you waiting for, Chris? Whose return is it that you're waiting for? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So which Caribbean island was most of Pirates of the Caribbean filmed in? Which Caribbean island? Oh, he's a wrestler. Okay, cool. Okay, you see, the wrestling world, I don't know much about the wrestling world. The only body I know in the wrestling world is, I think it's John Cena. And that's because I hear about him all the time from people. But I don't really watch wrestling like that. So you're a big fan of wrestling. Oh, so you don't you don't know which Caribbean island most of Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed in? Okay, so most of it was filmed in St. Vincent. Yeah, so most of it was filmed in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's my homeland. Most of that movie was filmed here. Parts of it, I think, was filmed in St. Lucia. Yep, so most of it was filmed here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Okay, guys, so let's chit chat now. That I'm gonna leave it right there. If you guys want to ask me a question and see if I know it, yeah, go right ahead and ask me a question about the Caribbean and see if I know it. Because as you guys know, I do not know everything, and guess what? I'm just learning, just like how you guys are learning too. So if you guys ask me a question, maybe I'll know it and maybe I won't know it. Okay? So you can ask me a question about the Caribbean. Oh, you wrote St. Vincent and the Grenadines and erased it? Oh no, that's not cool, Chris. That's not so cool. So Chris, I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's where I'm from. Yeah, and that's where most of Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed. So I decided to end with a question that has to do with my country. So for those of you who were here and you were listening to me, and you, even if you didn't take part, because I see there are a good bit of persons here who didn't say anything, I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I am from the Caribbean, and you guys know the Caribbean is a small part of the world. Yes, we are small, but guess what? We are Talawa. So even though we're small, we're big, right? We're big, we're big, we're big. We still have like a lot of influential people on the international arena or market. We have a lot of them. We have a lot of persons who went out and did so well, like throughout the world, and who are still impacting throughout the world. They vary in their positions, they vary in their professions, they vary in so many different things. And, you know, it's always good to be called a Caribbean woman. It's always good to be called a Caribbean woman or a Caribbean man. It feels good. If I got a role in any of the movie, no, I didn't. I would have loved to. Because back then I was into acting a lot. You know, I used to do a lot of acting, like stage acting. Yeah, I used to do a lot of that. But I haven't done much of that since about the last 9 years. I haven't done much acting and that kind of thing. I used to be a part of a group traveling the Caribbean performing, doing stage acting. I used to also be a part of acting groups within my own country, Hiring Theatre and Waves Theatre. I used to be a part of those acting groups. What role would I wish for? I don't know. Maybe I wish for the role of the lady, Jack's, the lady that was acting with Jack. I would have loved to have that role. Yeah, I would have loved to have that role. You know, I like the bigger roles. Like, yeah, the lead roles. Don't ask me if I had the personality to go with it, and because I don't think I, would fully have the personality to go with it. But things can be remaked, and they can. Yeah, that's a role I would have loved Elizabeth's role. Yeah, definitely that role. Yeah, so you know a lot about the movie. Wow, you know a lot about it. I watched the movie once, and that was at the theater when it came out. That's when I watched it. Since then, I have not watched. That was just after it came out. When it came out, it was in the theater here, and then I went and I watched it. Like they had so many runs of it because everybody wanted to go and watch it because of the fact that it was most of it was done here and so on, and that was like something that generated a lot of interest, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So they had like so many runs of it, and I went and I watched it that time, but since then I've not watched. Oh, you just like her. You just like her character, yeah. Sometimes there are movies that you don't watch, and sometimes you just like the character. Sometimes maybe from the trailer. There are movies that I've never watched, but from the trailer, the character seems so interesting, and I just love the character. Oh, you like Calypso? Wow, yeah, you love Calypso. Well, you heard where Calypso came from. Trinidad and Tobago. That's the land of steel pan and Calypso. Hey, Mommy and Son, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming to the live. So good to see you. What's up? What's up? Please give the live a thumbs up. So, Chris, maybe you can take a trip to Trinidad and Tobago one day. Trinidad is a really, really cool place. You would enjoy yourself there. It's really, really good. So it's a good place to be. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. So good to see you. Been a while, been a while. I haven't seen you go online for a few days. What's up? What's up? Oh, you mean Calypso in the movie? Okay, okay. Yeah. Oh, you mean the Calypso in the movie? Okay. Yeah. We have a lot of good talent here in the Caribbean when it comes to like Calypso. We do have lots of good talent, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in lots of other Caribbean islands. For example, my island, where we have Calypso here too. We normally have like the Calypso competitions, and so on. I think that the artists here are really, really good. Lots of good talent. We also have Raga Soca. So those of you who do not know about our music, Raga Soca was actually a thing that was that began here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have some really, really good icons who have made it international. We have Skinny Fabulous. He has made it international with the Power Soca. I'm thinking a lot of you know Skinny Fabulous. We also have Beckett. So those of you who know Beckett has like numerous songs that you would go anywhere in the world and hear these songs play. We also have Kevin. Kevin is one of our biggest like international artists, and most of you may know one of his hit songs, "Turn Me On." Yeah, "Turn Me On." You cannot go from that one, "Turn Me On." So that one is by Kevin. Yep, yep, yep. So, oh, YouTube live is too hard. Oh, you're back at work next week. Been trying to get people to play. Okay, understand. Yes, girl, it is definitely hard. YouTube life is not an easy life, and it can become very tedious. I am back at work next week too, so you guys would not see me live as often because from next week I am back at work. I'm back at work, guys. And tonight I'll be doing a topic on teaching and school and feelings towards face-to-face teaching, because that's what I'll be going back to do this term. I'll be teaching face-to-face, so I won't be doing online teaching, but face-to-face teaching, as in teaching in the presence of my students, you know, that kind of thing. And we know about the pandemic and we know about all that, guys. So we'll be talking about that tonight, like feelings towards that generally, right? Hey, Dry Rice, good evening. So good to see you. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing? Chris is saying Calypso was a girlfriend of the man with the octopus face. Oh, honestly, I don't know who Calypso was. So Calypso was actually a character. Okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. Honestly, I watched that movie like so long ago. I did not realize that Calypso was actually a character. I'm so sorry. But I was thinking you're talking about Calypso as in the music. Calypso. Honestly, I am so not. I'm so not following. So sorry. Yeah, mommy and son, it's definitely scary. Like, you know, YouTube can be tiring. It can take a lot from you, like so much. One of the things that I would say to you guys, those of you who are doing YouTube and who are hoping to be successful on YouTube, try to grow your channel naturally, so that when your channel grow naturally, you don't have to worry about promoting your channel as much as um, you know, would have to if you don't grow your channel naturally. And the other thing I would say to you guys is to try to be consistent, post as much as you can, videos, or if you don't post as much as you can, try to keep your timing consistent. So if you say you're going to post on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, make sure you post Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Try not to have any lapse between it, because people can get like kind of like, you know, just not follow you because of the fact that they think that you are not reliable. People like reliable stuff, so try to be reliable. And that's one of the things that I would say to you guys. Make sure, try to be reliable, right? Whatever sessions you're doing, make sure that you always pop to your session and you stick to the goal of your session. Don't try to stray because persons may want you to stray. No, try to keep on task and do what you're doing. Try to keep whatever your channel is about. That's what you're doing for your videos. That's what you're doing for your lives. And not try to do like other things in between. Like, you know, some people go for the small YouTube support and all that. Try to eliminate those stuff and do what your channel is about. If your channel is about sharing information, you share information. If it's about cooking, you try to do cooking while you're doing your lives. It's about teaching, you try to do some teaching stuff while you're doing your lives. So you try to keep consistent so that your content is not all over the place, right? Because there are persons sometimes who would look to you for one set of content. So try to keep it consistent and push your one set of content and all that. Don't try to be all over the place, you know, like here and there, then there, then here. No, a lot of persons don't like that. Yeah, if they're looking to you for you to for one or two content, you give them one or two content. Unless you're doing something like vlogging. If you're doing vlogging, that's different, because if you're doing vlogging, then anything can pop up in your content because it's a vlog. Yeah, it's a vlog, and a vlog can be like anything. So that's basically what I would say about YouTube and the whole YouTube journey kind of thing. Post videos as much as you can. Just be consistent with your videos. Share them on your Facebook page, on your YouTube page. If you have if you're already a wiki where you can share out your stuff, you share them out. You can keep active in the community. I'm not one who is active in the community. I'm so not active in the community. I don't know why I'm not active in the community, but I don't have enough time for that kind of activeness in the community. And that's just the truth. Yes, guys. So None of you guys didn't ask many questions about the Caribbean. You know, I have been asking you guys so many questions about the Caribbean for the afternoon, and I haven't seen anyone ask me any question about the Caribbean. I haven't seen anybody ask me anything about the Caribbean, guys. Come on, y'all, ask me a question and let me see if I know about the Caribbean too. I asked you guys so many questions. I asked you guys, where is the land of hummingbirds? Where is the Harrison's cave? There's so many things I've asked you guys. Yeah, I asked you who eat cuckoo and flying fish as their national dish, who eat ackee and saltfish, who eat pepper pot. What else I asked you guys? So many things I asked you guys. I asked you guys whose capital is Bastille. Sorry, is Bastille, not Bastille, sorry, or Bassetier. You know, some of us pronounce words different. I asked you where you can find a peach lake. I asked where you can find the pitons. I asked which flag has that sun at the top of it, has like the blue, the white, and has like red right angle triangles that looks like an envelope. I asked you guys how many seasons are in the Caribbean. I also asked you guys the national bird of Jamaica. Whose national bird is the hummingbird? That's Jamaica. And whose national bird is the scarlet ibis? I asked you all that. I asked you which two Caribbean islands you can find as much Indians as you would find blacks. Yeah, and you guys remember that. That's Guyana and Trinidad. And I asked you guys where you can find 365 beaches, one for each day of the year. And you guys knew that was Antigua. No, you guys didn't know that one. That was Antigua. I asked you guys where you can find the Blue Mountains. Yeah, and you guys knew that the Blue Mountains is in Jamaica. I asked you guys which Caribbean island does Naomi Campbell has root in, and you guys were able to tell me Jamaica. Good, good, good. The land of steel pan and calypso, you guys knew that. That's Trinidad and Tobago. I asked you guys which isle is known as a spice isle. You guys didn't know that one. And that one is Grenada. I asked you which Caribbean island is known as is named after a woman. It has a woman name. And you guys didn't know that one. That one is St. Lucia, because St. Lucia is called the Helen of the West. Let me see what else I asked you guys. Oh, I asked you guys, where can you find a floating bridge? And you guys didn't know that one, the longest floating bridge in the Caribbean. And that is in Guyana. So those of you who want to hear, that's in Guyana. I asked you guys also, which country's capital is Castries? Which country's capital is Castries? You guys had a bit of struggle with that one. And that's St. Lucia. St. Lucia's capital is Castries. I also asked you guys, in which island you would most likely hear the term, out of many people came one people. So out of many people came one people. Which island would you most likely hear that phrase? And you guys did an awesome job. It's Jamaica. Good job. So you guys did an awesome job. I asked you guys who eat pepper pot for their national dish. And you guys knew that was Guyana. Guyana eat pepper pot for their national dish. Oh, and I did ask you guys, where in the Caribbean can you find the Cool Runnings water park? the Cool Runnings water park, and that is in Jamaica. And that's a place that I would love to go to. Trust me, that looks really, really interesting, as though, you know, when you go there, it's gonna be just fun and excitement, guys. You would see me there. Honestly, you would see me there. If I ever go there, you'll see me there. Because guess what? I would do a vlog in it if I am supposed to go to Cool Runnings water park. There's one also in Trinidad. What was it called? Five Island, I think it's called. Yeah, guys, if I get to go to Five Island, trust me, guys, I'll do a vlog on it. Honestly, those things are fun, like real fun. I don't know who here enjoy those kind of fun, but I would enjoy that kind of fun. That would be fun for me. Okay, and I did ask you guys in which island was most of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean filmed, and you guys didn't know that one. That's in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's my island. Most of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah, there were parts that were filmed in St. Lucia. Okay, and I did ask you the question, where is the CARICOM headquarters? Where is the CARICOM headquarters? And you guys didn't know that one. And the CARICOM headquarters is in Guyana. So if you want to go to the CARICOM headquarters, you need to go to Guyana. Yeah. Okay, I see Mirad here is asking me, is Mommy and Zan your sister? Well, she is my sister in terms of, you know, we get along really good. And when people get along really good, you call them sistering. Just like when girls get along really good, or women, you call them sistering. When male gets along really, very good, you call them brethren, or you call them brother. So she's my sister in that way, but we are not related by blood in any way. And the next thing is that we met here on YouTube a couple of months ago. When I started my YouTube journey, we met and we became really, really cool. So you see, you can meet people from all over the world and you can become so cool with them. So we became cool. We chat on Instagram. We chat on Instagram and so on. We visit each other's channel live and so on. So we are really, really cool. We share ideas and so on. Maybe one day you'll see us doing a collaboration, because she's also from the Caribbean. She's from Jamaica, the land of food and water. And I did ask you guys something to do with that too, land of food and water. So, and Chris did know that. He knew that because he's a Jamaican. So, yes, Mommy and Zan, she is from Jamaica. So maybe one day we'll do a collaboration, you know, because we are all Caribbean people. So that was one of the questions. What is Jamaica also known as? And Chris was able to tell me, because he's a Jamaican. He said it's known as land of food and water, and land of reggae and dance hall, which is so true. Land of reggae and dance hall. So now, guys, I told you it's your turn to ask me a Caribbean question that you think I may not be able to answer. Any question from the Caribbean that you think I may not be able to answer, just ask me and see how much we know about the Caribbean. Because I was asking you guys about the Caribbean, testing you guys' knowledge about the Caribbean, but it doesn't mean that I know so much about the Caribbean. I know extra. No, I don't think I know extra. But the reason why I decided to do this Caribbean session is because I have done slangs in the Caribbean before, and I got some really good responses, because I have noticed that a lot of the Caribbean slangs, other Caribbean countries use them as well. So slangs that we use here in our own country, our little sayings, our little proverbs and all that, a lot of the other islands have the same slangs. Some of them, they do not have the same, but it is very close in terms of wording. and mean the same thing. So I just decided that I'm gonna do this. The next reason why I decided to do this is that back then when we took the common entrance exam, because before we started using the CXC model exam, CPEA, the Caribbean Primary Exit Examination assessment, before that, we used to do common entrance. And when we do common entrance, we had to answer questions that were based on other Caribbean islands too. So we didn't just answer questions based on our own island. We had to answer questions based on other Caribbean islands. Like we had to know like their square miles, we had to know their prime ministers, we had to know their attraction sites, we had to know like landmarks, we had to know things like icons from those Caribbean countries. We had to know like past influential leaders. There were so many things that we had to know about these Caribbean islands, and so on. So I just thought that, I'll just bring it here and I'll see how much you guys know about the Caribbean, because there are some persons who may not have been to the Caribbean before, but they are thinking of coming to the Caribbean. And when you're thinking of coming to places, these are some of the things that you would want to know about them. And if you know these things can help to inform your decision on, which island you would go to and why you would go there. Because, like, for example, if you hear about like this certain thing in this island and this is something that you really, really want to experience, definitely you would want to go to that island, right? So, and sometimes you want those information beforehand so that when you visit the island, then you know exactly, okay, once I go there, I'm gonna go to this place, or I'm gonna go to that place, or I already heard about this, or I already heard about that. So when somebody says something about it, I won't feel as though, I don't know what they're saying. I won't have a total cultural shock, that kind of thing. So when you go to Guyana and say, okay, come and taste some pepper pot, you won't have a total culture shock and say, pepper pot? What that be? Pepper pot? And you start, pepper pot? What is that? Like that kind of way, right? And pepper pot is a dish that started way back since the Caribs and the Arawaks. So you would not say that's an ancient thing, and you push it down and say, no, I'm not gonna eat that, like, that kind of way. No, you already know what it is. It's their national dish. So of course you want to explore other cuisines and so on. Why not? You eat it, you taste it. Even though you don't eat all of it and you don't want like a whole lot of it, you can at least taste it, because tasting other cuisines can be really, really good. Even I, who cannot eat any food, there are certain things I would try to make sure that I taste it. Yeah, at least taste, not eat, taste. Hey, Denny Islam 219, thank you so much for being here. So good to have you. Please give the live a thumbs up. It's the first time I'm seeing you here. Thank you for being here. Or you give me a full package. I'm grateful for the full package. So grateful. So grateful. I definitely check out your channel, see what your channel is all about. Thank you for being here. So yes, guys. So that's the reason why I decided to do this Caribbean session. And this is just a part 1 of it. I'll do a part 2, maybe a part 3. Just like I have done the Caribbean slangs, I have done a part 1 and a part 2. I have a part 3 to do on the Caribbean slangs. So I definitely would do a part 2 on this Caribbean, wearing the Caribbean session. Mira, I don't know what I'm supposed to forgive them for. Mirat, I do teach in China, I teach in China. Like, I teach in China as part of my I would have to remove the word, so don't feel bad. I would have to remove the word, because I think when you mention this word on your lives, sometimes it cause an issue. So I'm gonna have to remove that word, the pandemic word. Okay, but I see what you're saying. So if I forgive them, I don't know if I'm supposed to forgive them or if I'm not supposed to forgive them. I don't know why I'm supposed to forgive them or not, you know. There are lots of rumors and lots of speculations going around. I don't find myself in things that I cannot prove, so I don't really like to address issues that I cannot prove. If it's something that I can prove, or if it's something that I can say for definite, then yes. But I would address it. But otherwise than that, I don't really address things like that. So come on, guys, you guys say hello so I can know who else is here with me. And if you guys would want to see me do a part 2 on this session on where in the Caribbean can we find different things, landmarks, whatever it is, please let me know. Please let me know. Please. So if you guys want to see me do a part 2, you're going to put yes. Put your yes so I can know that you want to see a part 2. And definitely I would do a part 2. Oh, you like my glasses? I ordered my glasses from let me tell you where I ordered my glasses from. I can't. Oh, Formal. That's the company that I ordered my glasses from. I should not be giving an advertisement, but that's where I ordered it from, Formal. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Formal. One of the things I like about it, is that it is very light. It's not too heavy and it is stable. But the only thing I don't like is because of the shape of it. It's a bit broad. I don't think my PD fit properly with it. That's my only drawback. But otherwise than that, I really love it. It's a really, really cool glasses. So thank you. Yes, guys. So I'm still not seeing you guys asking me a Caribbean question, asking me something about the Caribbean that you think that I should know, like, or to test my knowledge on the Caribbean. Yes, guys. So where are you guys watching me from? Let me know who is here. Where you watching from? Or you want to know how are the women here in St. Vincent? Well, in St. Vincent, our people are like hospitable people, in terms that we accept and we welcome people very easily, you know. I think that is a thing, like throughout the whole island, or throughout all of the islands, that you're gonna find the hospitality is great. The woman here, a lot of us, we are level-headed. You have a lot of level-headed ladies here. A lot of us, we are into family, we are into career. We work on achieving goals, just like other places. We are people who try to put ourselves out there to make sure that we are doing something that can sustain us. So we get into a lot of sustainable livelihood projects and so on. A lot of us, we have skills. There are a lot of skilled women here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Everybody tried to learn a skill. Everybody tried to learn a skill, educate themselves, and so on. Basically, we are people who would speak up for ourselves. So we speak for ourselves. We are very open. So we are open to other people in terms of that. We would like open up about ourselves and that kind of thing. Yeah, we communicate. I find that people here communicate well with one another, care, generally have that caring attitude. So that's a good thing. You know, some of it is dwindling, but a lot of it still, we still have it. Okay, Dean. Thank you for being here. So good to have you. So hope that you enjoy the work and enjoy the rest of your day. Always good to see you guys. And thank you guys who have participated in the session today on Where in the Caribbean. It's so good that you were willing to participate. I must give a thumbs up to Mirad and Chris. You guys were really, really good. You know, you guys kept it going, and I really enjoyed the flow that you guys had here today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, guys. So if you guys have any more questions for me, I'm willing and ready to answer your questions. So you can just put them in the chat, and I will definitely answer your questions. Any questions that you may have for me, you can put them here. Oh, you're still here listening. Okay. Thank you, Mommy and San. So good to have you. So good to have you. I'm gonna do another session later on. That would be about teaching. So I'm gonna do a teaching session later on. I'm gonna be talking about the struggles and the general feeling, you know, of going back to work. Basically, it's gonna be a discussion, like, you know, just to hear the views of other people, how they feel about teaching face to face, and in this time that we have a pandemic, and knowing that anything can happen, and having to go back face to face. It's just to hear other views. Like, you know, I have my views, and definitely I have mine. And I know that there are so many other teachers out there who just want a venting spot, or who just want somebody else who's gonna face the same thing as them to talk to. So that's just what it's gonna be about. Oh, Miriam is saying, Miriam, you're asking if there's pound intimacy by grenadines? We do not. I don't think here we have any license to that. We don't have any license in terms of that, like public license where people can actually have those things running here. I think that would be something that is illegal to practice here. Yes, I think that's an illegal practice. So I don't think it would ever, it is legal here, because we do not have, like, somehow some places may have the shops and so on. We do not have them. And we do not have, like, those kind of things. Yeah, that's illegal here. That's illegal here. We are Christian society. So it's very much illegal. So if that's something that you're looking forward to come here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that's something that you would not get because it's illegal. In other Caribbean islands, I'm thinking there are some other Caribbean islands who do have it, have those things legal. To what extent, I am not sure. There are some that have things around those nature legal, but to what extent, I'm not too sure. But here in St. Vincent, it's very much illegal. It's not something that you can practice. So I'm just gonna remove those comments. So guys, you don't have any questions? Come on, guys. Let me know you have any questions. Any more questions? And I hope that you guys can join me this afternoon, like about 7:30, around that time, 8 o'clock the latest, for that discussion on school and the struggles and all that we're gonna face. Teachers, parents, everybody gotta face it. It's not just teachers alone, it's not just students alone, but parents gonna face it, stakeholders gonna face it. Everybody's gonna have some kind of impact, because of the fact that schools are going back face to face. So we are all going to be impacted in some way or the other. So let's make it a meaningful, just talk about it, just talk about it. So that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon. Like, not this afternoon, but I mean like evening, this evening when it's 8 o'clock. 7:30, 8 o'clock, guys. Around that time. I'm not sure if it's 7:30. I'm not sure if it is 8 o'clock that I'm gonna do it, but between that time, guys, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Yeah, because by 9 o'clock, 9:30, I want to be done with that session. Yes, guys. So yeah. So as I've said, school's gonna be reopened soon, and I will not be here much. If the most that you will see is more uploads, video uploads, and maybe like weekends I may come to do a live, or 1 or 2 evenings during the school week, depends on how much stress it is or how hectic it gets. Yeah, I may try to do a live at least 2 nights per week also. It depends. But that depends on the hecticness of school. So Miral is gonna be 8 o'clock my time. That's Eastern Caribbean Standard Time. Not 8 o'clock, sorry, 7:30. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Eastern Caribbean Standard Time. So my time is Eastern Caribbean Standard Time, so between 7:30 and 8 o'clock that time. Yeah, that's when I'm planning to do that live. Yeah, get towards what is to come, what we're gonna be facing, and we're gonna be facing that soon, guys. That's like very soon, very soon. We're gonna be facing that, guys. Very soon. Yes, guys. So it was a pleasure being here with all of you guys. It was so great having you here, doing this session with me, and I want to thank you so much for being here. Please, if you know parents, whoever, invite them to the session later. Teachers, whoever it is, invite them to the session. Let's have a fruitful discussion on all that, and I would appreciate it very much. So I'm gonna go off here right now. And remember, guys, if any one of you feels so inclined to reach me, you can reach me on my Night Teach Along Instagram page. So remember, guys, I have a page called Night Teach Along, and it's the same name as my YouTube channel on Instagram. There's nothing inside of it, just the name, Night Teach Along, and you can reach me there on Instagram. Okay? So if you feel so desired or so inclined to reach me to talk, fine, yeah, no problem. We can do that on Instagram at Night Teach Along. If you have any questions that you wanted to ask and didn't feel so cool asking them here, then yeah, You can reach me there on Instagram, Nai Teach Along. Don't forget, guys, later on, I'm going to have that session. So I'll talk to you guys later. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you guys later on. Later.